And we have the situation for the refugees. Camp Ashraf, now mainly Camp Liberty, with about 3,000, out of which 1,900 women. They are protected, but nevertheless, there have been 5 massacres. Now, in September, 52 were massacred, and we are speaking about, in many ways, the elite of the Iranian society, where we have the academics, the researchers, the artists, and those who could really be leaders in a new Iran, that are being attacked by the Iranian regime.
Ladies and gentlemen, another aspect of this misguided policy is the case of nearly 3,000 members of the Iranian opposition movement in Iraq, which, due to misconduct of the UN and misguided policy of the US, has turned into an emergency humanitarian issue. Since 2009, the residents have been under a constant attack in Ashraf and Camp Liberty. On September 1st, 52 residents were massacred by Iraqi forces, and these are pictures of 52 members of our movement were killed by Iraqi forces in 1st September. Many were handcuffed and then executed. 7 more, including 6 women, were taken hostages. We recently established that the Iraqi government has secretly buried the martyrs of September 1st massacre without informing their families. They didn't even tell them where their loved ones were buried.
It's a real honor for me to be here. I'm mindful that I come from the United States, and amongst us are leaders from many of the Nordic countries. But when we're in this building, we're reminded that we're all citizens of the world. And when you look at the pictures on the wall of those who've received this prestigious Nobel Peace Prize, you think about the power of example, and you think about the common humanity. And that is the reason we're all here today. This is not an Iranian issue. This is an issue for all humanity.
After this massacre of the 1st September last year of the Camp Ashraf, we have seen many international condemnation from the foreign affairs ministries, as well as NGOs and parliamentarians, but the responsibility of the Iraq government in this crime was not adequately paid attention to, neither by the US government nor the UN and our governments. 6 UN independent experts bodies highlighted this on the 9th September of the last year. This means that an independent investigation should be done about this crime. Meanwhile, we have witnesses recently. The Iraq government secretly buried and bodies of these 52 victims without their families or relatives being present. We would not let them whitewash this crime.
I was the person within the United Nations system to visit them in Ashraf every week. I monitored the situation and reported. The Ashrafis have been attacked repeatedly, and the government of Iraq had never hidden its intentions towards the residents of Camp Ashraf. It's the United Nations who always try to change sort of the attitude of the government of Iraq by covering up and saying that there is some gains in the process in Iraq in terms of protection of human rights, while the government of Iraq is openly pledging to never respect the human rights standards of the United Nations vis-à-vis the residents of Camp Ashraf.
Each and every person at Liberty and now at Ashraf and now at Liberty, including the people who have been slaughtered, have a piece of paper signed by my government promising them protection. These are protected persons under the United Nations. These are people given protection by the United States of America. I wish, I pray, that my country would live up to its promise. My country should be sending airplanes to Iraq. We got an enormous military. We got a tremendous air force. We could liberate those people in a day and transfer them to the U.S. That's what should be done.
The second issue is, of course, also political, but more a humanitarian issue. It has to do with the people who are now kept in prison-like conditions in a camp just outside Baghdad, inappropriately called Camp Liberty. I'm not sure if everybody realizes what the position of these people are. They have formal status as refugees. The UN has failed these people. The United States, which gave every one of them a personal written security guarantee, has failed them.